What does your internal narrative say about you? I mean, literally, listen to it. What is your internal narrative saying? Because this forms your identity. This forms your experience of the world. Now, once you see this, you can't unsee it. So let's have a wee look. Do you think of yourself as clever, beautiful, confident, informed, important? Or do you think of yourself as quiet, insignificant, unworthy, unseen, unheard? These things matter. Now, the good news is that you can absolutely change it, because a lot of that internal narrative is just there out of habit. Maybe something historically has happened to you, somebody said something, somebody's been cruel to you, somebody's manipulated you, and it's left you in a weakened state, and it's left you with a weakened narrative about yourself. But with a little bit of practice, you can completely change that narrative to something that is going to benefit you far more. Because if you think about it, it's not beneficial to you to think of yourself as unattractive. Nobody hears that narrative from yourself. It's going on in your head. So if you're sitting there, you look in the mirror, or you're thinking about yourself going out into the world, and you think of yourself as unattractive, also think, how does that serve me? How does that make me feel? Because you're not conversing with anybody else at that point. You're just having a conversation with yourself, which means you are choosing to belittle yourself. You're choosing to bring yourself down. You're choosing to think less of yourself. And you can simply, and it is this simple, you can simply think differently about yourself. So how would you like to be thinking about yourself? Would you like to think of yourself as being confident, being empowered, being attractive? Try that narrative. At first, it's probably going to feel a bit hinky, a bit like a lie, but it's not a lie. You're making up your own story, and it is a made-up story. There's nothing in the world that can take that story away from you. It is your story, and it's your story to tell through your own narrative. And the interesting thing is that once you change that narrative internally, it starts to change externally. You'll never catch me saying to somebody that I think of myself as ugly. I don't see the point. It's not humble. Probably just makes them feel a bit awkward and like they've got to try and lift you up somehow. So how's that serving anybody? Do you think it makes you big-headed to describe yourself as attractive? This is a very British problem, this. The Americans have much less of an issue with this stuff. There's a reason that people stand in front of a mirror and give themselves positive affirmations. They do, in fact, work. So standing in front, you can do whatever you want. Nobody is judging you. I mean, I guess you could stand in front of the mirror in front of a bunch of people and do this, but doesn't matter. This is just for you. So stand in front of the mirror and run past yourself. You know, I am worthy. I am worthy to be seen and to be heard. I am really attractive. I am really confident. I don't know what qualities it is that you want to have, but start putting them out there. And by putting them out there, I actually just mean putting them out there to yourself and make them fit. At first, they'll feel a little bit hinky, but bit by bit, they will settle in and they will become part of your identity, your new identity, your chosen identity. Not the identity that you have been left with through years of bad relationships, bad experiences, negative impact of work environments and work colleagues, poor quality of friends. This is just coming from you. Okay, so identity is in your hands. How you feel about yourself is primarily in your hands. And we will talk about soon, we will talk about what happens when you find that you won't do something because you're worried about what people think. Because I tell you, it's a good one.